elements. And the element of Tzfat is, as you feel it now, the wind in our hair is air. The quality of Tzfat is air, and air has that light and mystical quality to it. It's an element that we can't see, feel, but it's there.
Just what I was looking for. Oh. No, he will not want me to film him, probably.
She's the main person here. I'm just kind of tagging along. We're here. Now, to get to the Mitsuda, we have to go there. We can just... Hey.
Hey! Here we go. איפה אתה רץ? Oh, sorry. I thought you would speak to me.
I won't speak to you.
Oh, really? Sorry.
Boys won't speak to you.
Okay. He's a young boy, though.
He's a bachur. He has a cat and a coat. He's a
right.
mitzvah. But even the small boys won't speak to you.
Oh, okay.
I said we live very separated and very comfortably. We're used to it, and it's a way of life.
Why wouldn't he speak to me?
You're a woman.
Okay.
The same reason he wouldn't speak to me.
Well, you could be his mom.
If I was his mom, he would speak to me. And if I was his sister or his aunt or his grandmother, but on the street to speak to a woman that he doesn't know, there's no reason for him to speak to me. I remember we were talking about the layers and Tzfat being in layers. And I said, if you see the walls, you look at the paint, and you see here, looking, we have blue paint that's peeling and cracking. And on top of a little bit mud, and underneath is a whitish paint, and then behind is the stone. That's it's there on that piece, and there on that stone, also down the lower stone. It's one of the things that represents Tzfat because of the layers. It's symbols of Tzfat because of the layers. It's very representative of Tzfat, the layers of the paint, and because it was a tradition, people used to paint their walls every year at Passover time, and then it would peel, and then they would paint it again the next year. Let's look and see if we have any fruit and anything else to eat now, huh? It's going to be dark, so your eyes are going to take a few minutes to adjust.
These are nice paintings.
Thank you. That's my husband's artwork. That's not a painting. That's a photograph.
Oh,
that's
just
a
a moment.
clay print, and this is painting, and those are paintings.
Oh, your husband does this?
Excuse me?
It's your husband?
My husband's work, yeah.
Your husband is an artist, yeah? Obviously.
My husband was an artist, yes.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Yaacov Kaszemacher.
That was your husband?
Excuse me?
You're the wife of Yaacov Kaszemacher?
I'm the widow of Yaacov Kaszemacher.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know this.
I told you my husband was born in Paris.
Yeah.
Grew up in Paris.
Amazing. You're the one I have to film. You're the one I have to make a movie about.
I didn't want to say anything. But that's why I know so much.
Oh my gosh.
Because I had a good husband who lived here in Tzfat for 37 years. And he was one of the first artists on the artist's street. And many of the younger artists learned from him casually, spontaneously, or copied from him. You can get this out of the way, but this is just inside the house, and we have layers of paint, because this used to be an outside.
And where do you come from there?
I come from America.
May I just have a look?
Yeah. Let's go on in.
It's also nice. Wow.
It looks like my place. What a mess.
No, it's very nice.
But this is, in the last few years, we call this the Weibishul, because this is where I pray. This is where I daven. That's an old photograph my husband took of the Klausenberger Rebbe, the previous Klausenberger Rebbe, Yekudil Yuda Halberstam, and sitting with him is his son, Tzvi Elimelech, I think his name is. Anyway, he is the current Rebbe in Netanya today of the Tzanz Hasidim. This micro-calligraphy is it's all the text of Shir HaShirim, also known in English as Song of Songs. It was written by Shlomo Melech, the King Solomon.
How did you meet your husband?
On a shidduch.
Shidduch.
On a shidduch here in Tzfat. Oh, this one. Yeah, I'm still trying to come up with the next one. Okay. All right. This is one of my husband's later designs. It is based on two different paintings of his. It would have been something that he worked on in the computer, but it originally started as an original painting that we see here. We see a star. This star is in shades of blue, and there are 18 shades of blue. 18 is a number, mystical number for the word Chai, life, and this star has 18 points. And so we have life 2 times, which is life in this world and life in Olam Haba. If we add 18 and 18 together, we get 36, and 36 represents the letters Lamed and Ba. We have a tradition that there are 36 hidden tzaddikim in each generation, and it's in their merit that the world continues. Now, superimposed on that image is this Eser Sfirot. We know that the Eser Sfirot are 10 emanations that continuously flow from the Creator, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to the world, to each and every one of us. It includes an intellectual aspect, represented by the 3 at the top, an emotional aspect by the red shaded ones, and at the bottom is Malchut, which connects all this upper stuff with the lower levels, which is us. There's a heart here, and the heart can represent the heart of life, Hashem as our heart, love, ahava, achdut. And this image, this heart-shaped image, has been reproduced over and over and over again, radiating out. From this one, it's radiating out, smaller, getting bigger and bigger as it goes out towards the edges of the print.
What was his innovation? Like, why was he so famous in your opinion? Was an artist in Tzfat?
Well, Yaacov Kaszemacher's innovation was that he first started out as a non-religious young man growing up in Paris, and he found his way to Judaism in his early 30s. He was not religious at all growing up. This is my great-grandmother's work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is my husband's work. This is his son's work. We have a family of artists.
Nice. And so what
so his innovation, as I see it, was that he kept his art. He never let go of his art, and he brought it with him into Yiddishkeit. And he went fully into Yiddishkeit. People who knew him, people who saw him, often thought he was not only a rabbi, but a Hasidic Rebbe and Admor because of the way he carried himself, the way he dressed, the way he concerned himself with other people. But in reality, he was an artist, and that was his focus in life. And he just wanted to share with everyone his love of life, his love of Hashem, his love of Tzfat and Eretz Yisrael, his love of the Hasidic life that he took on in its entirety. These are all basically what I would consider early works. These works were done in the mid-70s to mid-80s. Now this one is one of our favorite pieces. It's an old design that my husband did. I don't even know when he first did it, but he was already using this design on his business cards in the mid-70s. And this is called Truth in Absurdity. It's made of 9 bars. It's also an optical illusion, I should say that first. It's an optical illusion. It's made of 9 bars. 9 is a small number of the word emet, truth. Emet is 441. And if you add those numbers together, you come up with 9. 9 is a very interesting number by itself, just in mathematical terms. It's the only number that if you multiply it by any other number and sum the answer, that you will end up with 9 again. So 9 always comes back on itself, and 9 is truth. So these 9 bars meet, and they form 12 triangular windows. And 12 is the number, of course, that represents the 12 tribes, the 12 Shvatim. And the 9 bars and their joining points, there are 13 joining points. And in Gematria, 13 can be the word echad, one, unity, or it can be ahava, love. So what is this painting that's an optical illusion, but based on truth, trying to tell us? And it tells us about the Jewish people. It tells us that if we look logically at the history of the Jewish people, we were under dominion of so many great powers over the years of our existence that logically we should not be here. And the fact that we are, that's the absurdity in the truth. And how is it that we are able to be here today? Because when we're united and together in love, then it's a connection that can't be broken. And that's the meaning of this truth and absurdity.